Good evening, friends. Hello, I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, and I'm coming to you for our Cosmic Connections. And we're going to be talking about what's going on right now in the world and what possibly could unfold in your life during the new moon in Virgo, which takes place on Monday. So, catch a breath. I'm catching a breath. It's been such an August, hasn't it? I mean, it has been a lot of twists and turns, and I'm happy to report, and you already know this, and I already feel it. Mercury went direct Eastern Daylight Time at 5:14 p.m., just in time for me to have a little webinar telling people about my offerings for the fall. I'm teaching astrology. I've been teaching astrology since 1990, and I have a number of modules which aren't yet perfected. They'll be on my website, so you can check them out. Everything from beginners to advanced and everything in between, because astrology is my passion. It helps me navigate my crazy world and helps me make sense of our collective crazy world. And it's only going to get a little bit more stunningly chaotic, friends, as Pluto moves back into Capricorn on the 1st of September. So hold on to your hats, hold on to your soul, hold on to your Vesta, the flame of God within you, because no matter what happens outside of us, we have to keep the fires burning inside, outside, inside, as above, so below. So anyway, hello, dear friends. Hi, Jen. Hey, Julie. You hate it when it goes Gatorade. Thank you. I like jokes, Ryan. Well, it goes direct. It went direct today at 5:14. And, I'm pretty mercurial because, Mercury is one of my important planets in my chart. Can you tell? And, but this Mercury retrograde was quite a doozy. But we've had some revelations as well, which I will happily share with her. Carlin Bennett, aloha to you, my dear. Are you in Hawaii? I didn't know if you were. It's been a long time. Hi, Lynn. Good evening. Hi, Donna Lynn. Hello, Barbara from Berkeley. Hello, my dear. Hey, Paula. Nice to see you guys. Cindy. Nice to see you. Yes, caught me live. Hi, Jen. Thanks for being here. Reminder to you all, please. Good evening, John. Please check out the offerings at the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. They have a wealth of information, a wealth of webinars, and please receive your Time Lords magazine. All you have to do is sign up. I put the website address in the beginning of this, but if you're listening to the Facebook page, you can go right to it. Cosmic Intelligence Agency. If you can check in with me, I'll be sending out a lot of emails and a lot of Substack information because I'm on fire, man. I really am, especially after this upcoming new moon. So much is happening in the world. And it's the old journalist within me, because once upon a time I used to report the news. And this is what I would do in the back room. Long before computers, I would sit there with my ephemeris and figure out where things are happening in this neck of the woods and that neck of the woods, when Mars was, squaring Uranus. And anyway, we all can learn that. So check out my Learn Astrology classes. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Candy. Hey, Janine. Woo! You're very welcome, Diane. I love doing this. Missed a couple weeks, Donna Lynn, but you're always welcome anytime. Hey, Judith. Hey, Tina from Clarksville, Tennessee. Love Tennessee. Hi, Lisa L. All right, friends, let's get right to it. We are under a last quarter phase. The phase began on Monday. We're heading towards the new moon in Virgo. So when I do everyone's charts, identify where Virgo falls in your chart, because it's going to be the placement that lights up like a Christmas tree over the next month, and it's new. And we can recreate and work with the energy to consciously co-create. We are not victims of the astrology, nor are we victors of our lives, right? I create my own reality, but my reality creates me. And sometimes it seems like one big movie out there. So we can always double down and co-create with the energy. We're not puppets on a string, but at the same time, we can put our intentions out. So when you make your intentional wish on the 2nd of September, I would suggest highly that you do so from a meditative place of kinesthetic, bodily, feeling the energy in your bones, right? Feel what you want to have happen for you inside of your physicality, because this is an earth sign. I direct people with these new moon exercises and have been for some 30 years. When we look at the element of the new moon, this one is going to be an earth. But let's go to right here and now. Let's pull in the our video. So we're going from the last phase of the Leo new moon. Again, Leo. We're still in the Leo. Well, we're actually in the Virgo time of year, but we're still in the Leo phase, and we're finishing things up. So this is our phase for this week, leading up until the 2nd of September. And the Sabian symbol is holly and mistletoe. And it's a symbol of remembrances of Christmases that have gone past. The warmth, the joy, the celebration, the friends and family gathering around the mistletoe and Christmas tree. It's evoking memories this week. The good old days, the days when things seemed simpler, the days when things seemed warmer and friendlier. I don't know. Well, you want to see where this last phase is going, because this is the phase, last quarter, of working hard. So you want to work hard where you find Gemini in your chart. If you have any planets, any major personal planets around 3 degrees of Gemini, it's really activated in your chart this week. All right, that's the Sabian symbol. Some aspects of note: Neptune is opposite Venus. You know, Neptune rules, among other things, the camera, deception, movies, transcendence, things that are a little bit unusual, smoke and mirrors. I have some examples of things that have happened this week which really touch in with this particular phase. Pluto is trying Juno, which is trying the moon. A simple sentence is this: the transformation, Pluto, of domestic partners. Juno is a partner. Domesticity is moon. And the moon is also support and feeling nurtured and feeling safe. So something is moving to make us feel more secure in a big way, in a plutonic way. You know, Pluto is the great transformer, but this is a trine. You know, trines are pretty easy. So I like that trine. You can see it right here. There's the moon, comfort. Here's Pluto, zoom. And then we have Juno here forming a grand trine in air. So some new talkings, communications, connections, networking, which is considered to make us feel better. Okay. Black Moon Lilith. Oh man, I love her because she just shines a light on the darkness. She's opposite Saturn. And so we've seen some revelations this week, and we're going to continue to see revelations regarding who? The authorities, the experts, the people who say they're in charge. All right. The elite, the big guys, big gals. So Black Moon Lilith opposite Saturn, and opposition means I get a different perspective. I get something that I heretofore did not understand, and now I see it. Now I see with new eyes. So that's Black Moon Lilith opposite Saturn this week. And I had to throw some current events in. All right, here's a current event. Saturn opposing Black Moon Lilith. Hello? Who's more of an authority than the White House? This is hot off the press, friends. Yesterday. And this is from which press? CNN, right? Mainstream media is is reporting it must be true. Mark Zuckerberg says Meta was being pressured by the Biden administration to censor COVID-related content in 2021. Hey, raise your hand if you were censored. That's a badge of honor. It's also a symptom of horror in a democratic republic. Don't we have like this First Amendment thing that we can question authority, that we can speak our piece, we can say vaccine, 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 and not be shut off? Well, apparently we weren't able to, right? And even me, I was like such a chicken person. I would talk about this on my Facebook Live because I was afraid to say the V word. Well, with good reason, because Sir Mark said he was being pressured by the powers that be, Saturn. And it came to light this week, right? Black Moon Lilith shines her little feisty light and says, ha, you think it'd be sneaky? We're going to oppose you and we're going to bring the truth out. This just happened, friends. Kind of chilling, is it not? I think it's a little chilling. I think it's a lot chilling. But I'm really happy it came out to the light of day because we all knew that. Once upon a time in February of 2020, I very naively sat down and did a YouTube video on the history of vaccines and the history of pandemics for the past 100 years using astrology. And I got hand slapped really quickly. Some bot said, sorry, you cannot talk about viruses on this platform, on the YouTube platform. I'm like, what? It wasn't even deemed a pandemic at that point. I thought that was rather suspicious. True story. Anyway, what else came out this week? Pluto trine Moon, trine Juno. Is this an unlikely partnership? Juno's partnership. Pluto's transformation. Of course, after Kennedy's endorsement of Trump, the two signal a new alliance. He was the independent candidate, formerly Democratic. So was Trump, by the way, once upon a time. So they were embracing each other, singing each other's praises. Is it an unlikely partnership? Many people are calling it a spiritual partnership. I'm calling it Pluto transformative, trining Moon, making comfort and joy, trining Juno. It's right there in the astrology from the New York Times. Yes, pretty astonishing. All right, take a breath, friends. On to our new moon. The new moon is on the 2nd of September. It's opposite Saturn, so we're going to be hearing more from the powers that be. The new moon is opposite Saturn, the powers of the elite. Uranus is opposite Pallas. Now, this might be translated in your own life. Pallas is about advocacy. Pallas is also about your career. And Uranus is about opportunities, but surprise upsets. So that could all be playing into our alignment. And we still have this Black Moon Lilith very strong this upcoming week, friends, because she's next to Venus, the South Node, and Juno, all lined up. More uncoverings, more releasing, revealed, deceptive. But this time, it's all trining. Trining is a good thing. Psyche. There's an asteroid called Psyche, and Psyche is the asteroid that reveals things beyond our five senses. Yes, it's very strong in psychics charts, psychotherapist charts, and people who use any sort of symbology. So you want to see where Psyche falls in your chart. Okay, so anyhow, we are going to, one more thing about this story, which makes me think because it occurred during this phase, remembrances of holly and mistletoe, days gone by. There's been a lot of talk about, anytime you have a Kennedy strongly accentuated in our field of awareness, it conjures up the 60s, right? The 60s, early 60s, prior to 63, of course, and Camelot, the JFK era, when we were really imbued with Neptune in type of belief and faith in our leaders. And then we had the Pluto conjunct Uranus in Virgo opposite Saturn and Pisces. So that was a time when a lot of our dreams were shattered, literally, with the assassinations of three very great men, right? Bobby Kennedy, JFK, and Martin Luther King Jr. So if any of you grew up in the 60s, when we're invoking a Kennedy, that's remembering times gone past. That's that Sabian symbol. All right, friends, we're going to go through all of your signs to tell you what to expect with this new moon. If you're Aries or Aries rising, the new moon is activating your house that represents self-improvement, health, work, working with better tools, taking care of yourself, better diet, better exercise, just paying attention to what you can do to improve your life. That's the calling card of Virgo for our Aries friends. For Taurus, it's in the area of the chart that rules fun, games, creativity, romance, and that inner muse that prompts you to have joy in your life. So it's really a great time, Taurus, to take out your toys and have some fun and connect with your joy centers this upcoming week with the new moon. For Gemini or Gemini rising, after a very difficult couple of weeks, Gemini and or Pisces, I would say, I'm going to do a little commentary with the Jupiter-Saturn square that peaked on August 19th. You know, I talked to two beloved Gemini friends today, both whom had debilitating health issues in the past couple of weeks. Again, Jupiter in Gemini doesn't always mean grandiose, fantastic, you're winning the lottery. It can mean inflammation or expansion of existing issues. Well, in any case, for our Gemini friends this upcoming week with the moon and sun in Virgo is heralding a new relationship with your friends, your family, and your domestic scene. Maybe doing a very deep house clean, for example. If you're Cancer or Cancer rising, this new moon is activating your communications, your paperwork, your relationships with brothers and sisters. For Leo or Leo rising, this new energy is activating anything having to do with finance, anything to do with your self-esteem. Really believe in yourself, Leo. Really know that you're being led to do what you're supposed to do and trust it. For Virgo or Virgo rising, this new moon is like a second birthday. Even though it's on the 2nd of September, it's very pertinent to all the Virgos out there. Make a wish. Step into your greatness, your charisma, your ability to be dutiful and dedicated and believe in yourself, Virgo. For Libra or Libra rising, this new moon energy is reminding you of connecting with your inner spirit, your guides, the God of your understanding. You might be a little bit more tired than normal. It's a time when you want to reflect and retreat. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, connect with those friends of yours that you've been a little bit too busy to connect with. It's a social new moon, celebrating your contacts, your groups, your associations, and making some social plans. For Sagittarius, this new moon is saying, hey, you are in charge of your career. Make your own magic, make your own new beginnings with your leadership or with your job. If you're Capricorn or Capricorn rising, this new moon is activating anything having to do with your communication, with travel, with speaking your truth, with being confident in doing research or teaching or writing, for example. If you're Aquarius or Aquarius rising, the new moon is suggesting to you to take care of your long-term financial security needs. You might be checking in with your financial advisors or paying down debt, something along these lines, Aquarius. It's all about creating a more safeguarding your long-term financial plan. Last but not least, our beautiful Pisces friends, this new moon is activating your partnerships, your BFFs, your best friends. If you're not in a committed partnership and you want to be, it would be a great time to go out and meet someone new. All right, there you go, dear friends. We're going to do some spiritual work right now as I say hello to the people in the room. Yes, Judith. New moon over your Uranus and Pluto conjunction 2nd house. Maybe you might get a raise, Judith, or a new way perhaps of working with your self-esteem to develop a second income stream for you, perhaps. I don't know. Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate that. Hi, Donna. Hi, Christina. Hello. Nice to see you. I'll be seeing you again soon. You're always having opposite messages. Okay. Lisa Marie, why that is happening is because your sun must be in the 7th house. You must have been born near sunset or within a couple of hours of sunset, right? So here's a little nugget for you. The rising sign, you want to figure out your rising sign without a calculator, you can do it in your head, right? So if you were born within a couple of hours of dawn, the rising sign is going to be the same sign as the sun sign. And that means the opposite sign, of course, would be the opposite sign to the sign of that particular time of year. All right, so I didn't explain that very well, but just keep in mind the rising sign is what was on the ecliptic at the time of your birth. So if your time of birth is near dawn, it's going to be the sign of that sun sign during that time of year. I said it the same way. Must be time for me to be doing spiritual messages. I'm getting illogical here. So I'll say a prayer. If you're new to this, I simply do 2 random messages using mediumistic and psychic skills. And I collect them by using my thumb as a guide, and I close my eyes. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words to be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. And I'm with Joanne S. Vacanti. Hi, Joanne. As I'm tuning into your energy, the first thing I'm picking up with you is almost a tenderness with my wrists and my elbows, my arms. It's almost like I want to do some exercises. I want to do some massage on myself. I don't know if that's relevant to you right now or it has been recently. It also might be a symbol of Gemini with you, that you are wanting to communicate with someone very, very strongly, but you're concerned about their feelings as you communicate your truth to a good friend. My suggestion to you is that this new moon in Virgo is an extremely important one because I happen to know your chart, right? So it's a good time for you to be brave in communicating what you need to share with a partner coming up after the 2nd of September. The other thing that I'm connecting with here, Joanne, is your father's energy. And the image that comes to mind is you as a child going on a roller coaster or one of those, it's like a roller coaster that you did not like or felt dizzy when you were on some of those kiddie rides. And your father is giving you that image that it feels to him that you're on this like hamster wheel right now in your life. And his message to you is, honey, just get off the wheel. You have the power not to repeat what you've been doing, and just stop, just step back and allow them to do what they have to do. And you have to take care of you. And he's going right to your heart and just holding his hand on your heart and saying so much about your heartedness and your compassion to him before he passed. And he's giving that in return to you. And I'll leave that with many blessings for you, Joanne. Okay, our next message is Angie de Morgan. Angie de Morgan. I hope I'm saying that correctly, Angie. Angie, as I'm tuning in with you, sometimes I know your charts and sometimes I don't. I don't know your chart offhand, Angie. But the first thing I was getting from Spirit is Aries with you. I'm not saying you are an Aries, but I want to go to the Aries part of your chart. And that's all of our Aries parts of our charts, friends, have been activated since April of 2024 with the solar eclipse. But specifically in your life, Angie, I want to say that You have been, my eyes, my glasses keep on getting steamed up because it's so moist here. I'll just keep them off. Because I feel that you've been spinning your wheels about taking charge of your exercise, self-care routine through, I don't know, I get the word walking, going to the workouts, or maybe even dance, Angie. I'm getting the word dance. I'm getting movement, that your intention has been to be more active since April. July, you were active. And now you're gearing up and maybe feeling a little angry with yourself. There's no room for anger with ourselves, right? Sometimes we go through periods of great productivity or great self-care, and sometimes not. Message from Spirit for you, Angie, is you'll get back into a routine, and I'm seeing the astrology of October 2nd with the solar eclipse in Libra. So if you know your chart, you know astrology, go to where Aries and Libra falls in your chart so you can integrate your intentions of April by October 2nd, and do so with a lot of determination and stick-to-itness, because, you know, any routine is only good as long as we do the routine. But Spirit, especially a very soft, motherly figure from the other side of life, is saying, honey, you don't have to be a perfectionist. You don't have to get everything done all the time, all right. No one does. It's a lie that people put on each other, that I'm always happy, I'm always this, I'm always that. Be gentle with yourself. That's from a grandmother on the other side of life for you, Angie. I'll leave that with many blessings. All right, friends. So I hope you have a great new moon. Make your intention, your wish, your prayer on the 2nd, which happens to fall on the American Labor Day. The weekend might be a more or less a fatiguing one, because it's the dark of the moon. If there's something you want to rid yourself of, a habit, a routine, an attitude, do something to do that. Maybe do a ritual, do some sort of active prayerful meditation on the weekend, because that new moon, which takes place, is, let me give you the exact moment. I already think I did, but let me give it to you again. The new moon is at 9:56 p.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time on Monday the 2nd. On Monday the 2nd. And it is, I didn't talk about the Sabian symbol very much. It's the bride with the veil snatched away. Wow. I love the Sabian symbols. I have a little bit of expertise in them. I've been working with them for some 20 years. But this is one of a handful of Sabian symbols which are considered the psychic symbols. So the bride has a veil, it's snatched away, and that symbolizes that one is able to see through the veil, to see through the commotion, to see through the deception, to see through the other side of life, to see through all the smoke and mirrors when the veil is removed. And that is 11 degrees of Virgo. So go to where Virgo falls in your chart and make a wish, make a promise to yourself that you're not going to be deceived by people, places, governments, the elite, authorities, because the veil is being removed for us on the 2nd of September this year. It's a great new moon. With that, I give you a lot of loving hugs and appreciation for you spending a little time with me on this Wednesday. Hope to see you next week on Wednesday at 8:30, and many blessings. Thank you so much.